whoever casted Mina Su for Singles Inferno season 5, thank you very much. Because this has to be one of the most entertaining truth games at the campfire. This reminds me of the season where Guan-hee was on, and that was also one of the other entertaining truth games, but this one is pretty good. Actually, not just Mina, the other cast members also were really bold. So this season is really getting interesting, and this is actually the episode that made me want to make a YouTube reaction review video so I can share with you guys, so I'm not the only one enjoying. So in case you don't have anyone to talk about this with, I can be that person. I want to know if we have the same thoughts when we're watching these episodes or not. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Guan-hee. This is my channel, Guan-hee Covers, where I cover various aspects of entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to support and see more videos like this from myself. Today we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Singles Inferno season 5. Oh, this is the best episode so far since this season has started. Okay, so remember we ended on Mina Su being discombobulated about her choice for the photo shoot because her mans were already picked by the previous girls. So then she's like, I picked Sung-hoon and Sung-hil. Sung-hoon is available, but Sung-hil was already picked by Minji, so Minji's like, girl. So she's like, I'm sorry, Sung-hil, Sung-hoon, and Sung-min. So those were the pick. That means Go-hoon is left with Jae-jin. So let's go through the photo shoots themselves and what chemistry each couple had or did not have at these photo shoots. So the first couple was Hyun-woo with Joo-young, and we had Jae-jin and Go-hoon. Now remember, Hyun-woo likes Go-hoon and Jae-jin likes Joo-young, so they're swapping partners in this situation. So while Hyun-woo and Joo-young is doing their photo shoot, it wasn't particularly hot. It was just nothing much going on, because I don't think Hyun-woo has any attraction or feelings toward Joo-young because he's into Go-hoon. And I don't think Go-hoon was jealous either. She seemed okay about it. And remember, she's a model, so she's probably just thinking she want to take great photos. She's focused on being professional. That's my assumption. So nothing much really happened there, except for Jae-jin. He seemed a little like, but he handled it pretty well. You can tell he didn't love that Joo-young was all up in the face of Hyun-woo, but he didn't seem that bothered, but he was a little bothered. Because remember, he likes Joo-young. Then the photo shoot between Go-hoon and Jae-jin. You know, Joo-young was watching. She wasn't particularly happy either. But you know what I get from Jae-jin and Joo-young is they're pretty good at hiding their jealousy. They're not too upfront like Mina and Minji. Yeah, they're a little bit more reserved in holding back their jealousy, even though they might be a little jealous. I have to say though, wow, Go-hoon is really good at these photos. Like the photos, the poses she has, you can tell she's a model if they haven't guessed her profession by now, because wow. And then Jae-jin is such a good helper. He's like, I'm just gonna be her support so she's a star. At least he's not one of those guys who's so self-centered and or wants to compete with the woman. I like that about Jae-jin. You know, I kind of like Jae-jin. He's pretty, it's like I want to get to know more of Jae-jin. So I get why the girls keep saying, I'm curious about Jae-jin. He seems like a curious guy. We have Mina Su and Sung-min, as well as Subin and Hee-sun. Sung-min surprised me. I don't know, he seems so opposite of how his face looks and the way he acts all chill. But the chemistry between Sung-min and Mina at the photo shoot was pretty good actually. So great chemistry, but nothing that I saw that was romantic. Anyway, Hee-sun and Subin's photo, you can tell that Hee-sun was nervous. Subin just seemed like he was there, to be honest. I'm like, is he interested in Hee-sun? Or is he just being like considerate of her because she keeps picking him? I wasn't getting any crazy chemistry from these two, but I was like, maybe this photo shoot would change how he feels about her, because she was looking kind of hot, not gonna lie. Because if I was a guy, I don't see what's not there to like. I would be like, this girl likes me, she looks good, why wouldn't I be interested? And then it's not that Mina doesn't like him, but Mina doesn't seem like she's sold yet. She's keeping her options open, versus you have this girl who's basically saying it's just you and no one else. I would probably want to focus on a person who's just focusing on just me. That's just me though. Anyway, so that photo shoot passed. You can tell that Subin was a little uncomfortable Then move on to the next part where it's with Minasu and Sung-hoon, which they took some really good photos. But again, it's giving friend vibes. And it would only make sense that they take the best photos because she's so comfortable with him. She has no feelings from what I'm seeing towards him. And you can see he's a little awkward, probably because he does like the girl. He's acting like he's okay with being in friend zone, but he likes her. He likes her, he just has no choice. I feel so sorry for Sung-hoon. Anyway, yeah, Subin does not like the view, so he's putting on his glasses because he doesn't want to show the jealousy in his eyes. So I'm like, okay, these two are not over each other. They like each other still, and Subin is definitely not sold on Hee-sun. And I think Hee-sun is very aware of what's happening, but she likes the guy, so what's she gonna do about it? Alright, she can't control how he feels. Alright, so photo shoot has passed and they're supposed to vote for the best photos. Turns out Go-hoon's and Jae-jin's photo won. So the winners, I believe they get to go and see each other's ranking of the person that they like to see who their top 3 picks were. This may sway some people's decisions and such. But it's not a big deal. They're not gonna even bring it up until like the truth game, which is where we're at. The truth game. Which is that nice little campfire. They give you a nice campfire, make you warm. They give them some beer, so they have some liquor in their system. You know, the liquor is a truth serum. And let the games begin. So they'll be asked questions that they have to answer honestly and they cannot refuse to answer. And they'll be told to do certain actions as well. But right before that, they were given the opportunity to give a chocolate to a person that they like, and a chocolate to a person they want to know. So it's a red chocolate for the person you like and a gold chocolate to the person you want to know. So as soon as the campfire setup is there, they were told they're gonna have to reveal what their votes were to the public. So can you imagine how embarrassing that would be if you got no votes at all? And then if you got a lot of votes, attention is gonna be on you. Okay, so this is the order in which the chocolates were given out and what each person's results looked like. And one more thing to note before I talk about the chocolates is the seating. Again, they weren't really set up by the production. I believe they just sat wherever they wanted. So you're gonna sit next to the persons you like, right? So that's important. So, you know, everywhere that Subin goes, Hee-sun follows. So I think Subin didn't have a choice in his seating because he can't just walk away from Hee-sun. It's gonna look weird. So he just sits and Hee-sun sits beside him. What I can say is Go-hoon sat closer to Hyun-woo than she did to Sung-min, which I found very interesting. I'm like, okay, was she interested in him after the photo shoot? Because why is she closer to Hyun-woo? If I'm being like a body language expert, I think she wants to get to know Hyun-woo. But then Sung-min is like there, not letting up really, because he's kind of paying attention to what's happening. It seems like Sung-min doesn't want to know anybody else but Go-hoon, but that is confirmed by the end of this game. But that's the vibe he was giving before I even knew what he really felt. So let's talk about the chocolates now. Subin got 1 red chocolate, and that's about it. That means he got that chocolate from Hee-sun, because who else? Hee-sun's not gonna give her red chocolate to nobody else, right? He was disappointed that it wasn't Minasu, which shows that he's still interested in her. But if he's interested in her, is he waiting for her to come up to him, or they're just not getting the opportunity? I'm gonna say he's not getting the opportunity because Hee-sun's always around him to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Okay. Hee-sun got 1 gold chocolate. I'm gonna assume that's from Subin, and it's fair. He does want to get to know her. He's been saying that. Jae-jin got 1 red chocolate and 2 gold chocolate. Now I got to say, Jae-jin is that silent killer who keeps pulling in people's interest in him, because he and Sung-min stays on top of the popularity list amongst these girls. They don't do much, but they seem to always get so much votes. Hyun-woo got 3 gold chocolate. Wow, so many finds Hyun-woo mysterious. I want to get to know him, but he hasn't stolen anybody's heart yet. But he hasn't been to paradise, so he needs to get his chance to go to paradise. So it's probably Go-hoon that gave him. Go-hoon, Miss Popular, she got 2 red and 2 gold. We know those reds are from Sung-min and Go-hoon, which is the men she's sitting right in between. How convenient. Sung-min got 1 gold and 1 red. I do believe one of those red is from Go-hoon, because I think she likes him. That's the only person she says she likes so far from her confessional. Minasu got 1 red and 1 gold, and you can tell that she was disappointed because she used to be Miss Popular, and she's like, what? I only got 2 votes. And she's probably a little jealous that Go-hoon got 4 votes. She seems Like she likes being the center of attention. She's made up her mind like, okay, Subin don't like me anymore after Paradise. That's probably what she's thinking in her head. Because after Paradise, he's just been with Heesun. He's not making any move towards her, and she's probably waiting on him to be chasing her. And he's waiting on her to chase him. What's wrong with these people? Only got one red chocolate. We know it's from Minji. I'm surprised Sunghail isn't. Oh wait, no. He's not so popular because Minji already take a claim on him in the girls' room, and most of the girls respect Minji, and they don't like Sunghail enough to try to push the boundary. I think the only other person who really likes him is probably Mina Sue, but she's too chicken to do anything about it. And then on top of that, he kept saying the only two girls he likes are Mina and Minji, and probably the other girls heard about this, so they're also like, okay, well, what's the point in trying? He already has his type, and his type seems to be awfully specific. Minji got 2 red chocolate and 1 gold. I'm like, oh, Minji's popular. Okay, see? You see the difference between guys and girls? The guys don't care if Minji's acting like she's in a couple with one guy. They want to get to know her. They're still gonna try to get to know her. While the girls, once they hear you're in a couple, they're like, I don't want to get to know. Girls aren't, well, some girls. And I'm probably one of those girls too. Not gonna lie, if I was on the show and Minji said, hey, that's my man, I'm not gonna be approaching that man. Only if he approaches me and he fights for me, will I maybe consider it. But I'm like, well, it's her man, I'm not fighting over no man. As Spice said, me is a girl when not fight over man. Not my thing. I feel like I'm the prize. Hyunjae got 1 red. I'm glad he even got anything, because I'm like, is there anybody who likes Hyunjae? Oh gosh. Juyoung got 2 red and 1 gold. And Yejin got 1 gold. I skipped Yejin, I'm sorry. Yejin barely gets any screen time. Sometimes I forget she's on the show. Alright, so let's get to the truth game. Let's get to what we're here for, right? So Subin got the first question, and he's supposed to pick who does he like the most at the moment. Subin gets up and sits next to Mina Sue. Everybody's like, oh. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is spicy. Okay, Subin, did the car tell you to get up or did you just get up? And at the same time, I'm like, oh, Heesun, oh, that's got to be embarrassing. Oh, so I guess he's not over Mina Sue yet. And I'm like, okay, Mina, all of your thoughts on if he likes you or not, whatever, this should make you feel better and make you see that he does like you and he's showing you I like you. So I really liked that he got up to show her, hey, I didn't have any time to get to you, now I'm getting to you now. She couldn't help her smile. She loves to do this thing with her lip. Like she's trying to hold back her smile, but you cannot hide that joy. She was happy. She was so happy. So I'm like, okay, Mina, it's in your court now. The ball is in your court. Please don't drop it. But she drops it. But I'm skipping ahead. The next question was for Heesun to pick a contestant similar to her ex. She picked Subin, not because it's true, but she just wanted any opportunity to tell Subin, it is you. It will always be you. Damn, she's dedicated. I guess Jaejin is supposed to do an arm link with the person or a love shot with the person he likes. So he walks over, links arm with Juyoung, who's sitting right next to Hyunjae, and does the love shot. Damn. I'm like, damn. We gotta do Hyunjae like that. Poor Hyunjae. You know how Hyunjae even got next to Juyoung? Sunghoon had to play a wingman to get him over there to boost him, because it's like, hey, come get your girl. Hyunwoo had to say who he likes the most. He pointed to Go-hoon, but we all knew. So, you know, and Sungmin was like, well, he's got confirmation, he's got competition, and he's not gonna back down. That guy is no chicken. Go-hoon was supposed to reveal who she gave her chocolates to, and she gave it to the 2 men she's sandwiched between right now, which is Hyunwoo and Sungmin. Pretty honest so far. Everybody's doing pretty good, making this very entertaining for me. Sungmin was to reveal who he gave his chocolate to, and I don't know if the car said he's supposed to hold onto her hand and gaze in her eyes, but he held onto her hand and gazed in her eyes, and she's like kind of blushing, and he's just like there. And then she said, what? Like, yeah, you are who I give my chocolate to. I'm like, woo! Imagine you're sitting and the guy over here and the guy over here likes you and they're both fighting over you. I would feel so good. I would feel like a queen. Then Mina was asked, who do you want to go to paradise with next? I mean, I was thinking, okay, this is a time to show Subin that you still like him. But she picks Sungmin. She whispers in Sungmin's ears that she wants to go, I want to go to paradise with you. And then in her confessional, she's saying after the photo shoot, she had felt interest in him. All right, sure. And she probably wants to get to know more people. So I'm like, okay. I wasn't expecting that but okay, you want to go with someone different. Okay, again, no problems here, okay? But right after, you could see that she felt awkward, because she could feel that might have been a little embarrassing for Subin, because he just claimed to everyone that he likes her, and then she's like, oh, well, I want to get to know someone else, which is not against the rules. It's a part of the island to get to know people, but the timing is just so bad. Anyway, so she's like, do you want a snack? Because she also feels awkward about it. He's like, nope. No. Sung-hil was to reveal who he gave his chocolates to, and he said Mina and Minji, which, you know, that doesn't make Minji happy. She's shows on her face, while Mina is like, she's happy. She's ecstatic because, remember, Mina thought Minji said, hey, I don't want to get to know anyone. She thought that Sung-hil also felt the same way. But now that she heard that, she's like, oh, also, so your man's is not your man's, so I can still get to know him. So now her mind has shifted from Sungmin to back to Sung-hil, because she's like, well, I want to get to know Sung-hil too. Yeah, she definitely wants to try them all. Wow, Minasu is using this show to her advantage, because would she be like this in real life? Maybe. But I feel like on these shows, you can get away with doing these things. In real life, it's a little bit more complicated. Alright, so next up was Minji's question on who she wants to go to paradise with next. And we all know she's gonna pick Sung-hil, and she does the love shot with him. She's just like, Link. Wow, I was like, damn, if I wasn't crushing on Minji before, this is a girl crush move. You can't help but find her so admirable of how sure she is about the things. She's very likable, and even the panel was like reacting like, oh my gosh, everybody was just like, she's so awesome, while Mina's like rolling her eyes. She's probably thinking, this girl is so performative, or this girl is so extra. It was Ju-young's turn to choose who she likes the most. And Ju-young got up from beside Hyunjae and went to sit next to Jae-jin. I'm like, Hyunjae, you keep getting L's. I don't know how he has such a beautiful face, but he's not winning anybody over. Wow. See, when you are on an island like this where looks is not the problem, because everybody looks good, now it's gonna be down to who has charisma, confidence, personality. Yeah. If it was a regular world, I'm sure Hyunjae doesn't have to try. He just sits and does nothing, and women come to him. And this is a thing that people have said. People who are very good looking sometimes don't develop much of a personality, because they just use their looks to get their attention, the attention of the opposite sex or the same sex. But in situations where everybody's good looking, you don't have that one advantage that you had all your life. Now you have to actually come out with a personality. So I'm wondering if that's what Hyunjae is facing right now, a lack of personality. Because to be honest, he's pretty boring so far. He's cool, he seems like he has a lot of hidden talent, but he's pretty boring. But he's pretty. Then it was Hyunjae's time to pick who he wants to go to paradise with next, I believe. And he picked Ju-young, because he's not gonna switch up. He's not like Minasu, who switches up out of petty. He likes someone, he's gonna like them even if they like someone else, which is pretty admirable that he's so vertical with his line. He's so straight, like he doesn't bend. Pretty cool. I like it, even though he's boring. And you know what? He might win her over in the end. We may never know, because Ji-young is like flattered. She's like, oh, you're so cute. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. But I think she's not closed off from him. So there was a little moment that I did not expect, where Hee-sun revealed she gave her gold chocolate to Jae-jin. I was like, oh, I didn't know Hee-sun had an interest in Jae-jin as well. Because initially, in her first impression, she didn't really have an interest in him. But then I'm like, oh, okay. So Hee-sun does have someone else besides Subin that she looks at. I'm a little relieved at this, because I don't know if it's healthy to be stuck on one person. So apparently she had to hold his hand until the next turn. Oh, Ju-young did not like that. She went in between both of them to do a love shot with Jae-jin. Then she's like, just put your hands on my lap, because she doesn't like that she's sitting right next to her mans. Oh my goodness. I was like, what is going? I nearly fell off the bed. I wish you guys could have gotten my initial reaction when it was in the moment. I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. These people are getting bold on this show. When Gokun was asked if she wants to go to paradise with someone new or the same person, she said someone new, which I assume that's Hyun-woo. She wants to get to know Hyun-woo. Which, you know what I'm realizing too? Gokun, similar to Mina, wants to get to know a lot of people. So the problem is not that people want to get to know a lot of people. The problem is how she's going about doing it. Sungmin was asked is either who he likes the most or who want to go paradise with. It doesn't matter what the question is at this point. Sungmin's pick is going to be Gohun. So we can just say Sungmin, Gohun. Hyunwoo, Gohun. Okay, is Gohun's has these two wrapped around. I'm like, what? Wow, to have that power, huh? Then it's Mina's turn, and whenever it's Mina's turn, I'm at the edge of my seat. Like, what's the question? What's she gonna do? Is she gonna give Subin any energy back? So the question was, who do you want to go on a date with next? Again, I was like, okay, can you pick Subin now? Because remember, he did stand up to come to you to say it's you, and he did this even with Heesun watching, showing you that he cares about how you feel more than how he cares about Heesun feel, right? She gets up and sits beside Sung-il, who's right there with his woman, Minji. I'm like, Mina, please. I was rooting for you up until the end. You had to disappoint me. Mina, oh my goodness. Oh, Minji was not happy, but Sung-il, he was happy. He liked it. You know, Sung-il, I'm eyeing you a bit. And then to put the nail in the coffin, Sung-il's supposed to say who he wants to go to paradise with next, the same person or someone new. And he picks someone new. Basically saying to Mina Soo, hey, I'm interested in getting to know you still. That makes Mina Soo so, she's like so happy, she leans over. I'm like, why she gotta be so obvious? She just like Minji, she cannot control her expression either. She really tries, but she can't. She really can't. Her true self keeps coming out and it's not looking so good. She's coming off as a pretty selfish, to be honest. Yeah. So again, Minji is basically red at this point. She is mad. So it's time for Minji's question. Every answer for Minji is gonna be Sung-il. So she got asked one of those questions and she was like pulling Sung-il by the hoodie and said, it's you, Papu. Oh my gosh, the whole campfire was like cheering on, like, yes, girl, get your mans. So it seems like everybody's rooting for Minji to be with Sung-il. Nobody cares about Mina's feeling with Sung-il. And then Mina's just like, yeah, she's not happy. But that scene was like, oh, I've fallen for you, Minji, Queen Minji. Yeah, and you can see that Sung-il really enjoys the attention he's getting. He feels so good. So pretty much the massacre of the truth game is over. So everybody is probably gonna go off to have some conversations to clear up stuff. But we are coming to the end of the episode, and you know, Subin, Mina is like, okay, Subin, I would like to talk to him. Like, okay, thank God you have the decency to clear up what happened tonight with him, so you don't ruin the relationship with Subin. So I'm glad Subin, I'm sure Subin was also happy about this. But then at the same time, Sung-il came and he's like, hey Mina, I want to talk to you. And she's like, oh, I'm ready. Subin, I'll talk to you later. Oh, okay. And he's like, okay, you want a beer? She's like, oh yeah. Like, Jesus, why are you so excited to talk to Sung-il, who has a woman, basically? Sometimes I feel like she only likes Sung-il this much because she's in competition with Minji and she just want to prove that she can take someone's man. I'm like, come on, Mina. I'm rooting for you. Anyway, and that's the end of episode 4. And we will get into the aftermath of the truth game in episode 5. You just gotta click the video that's gonna be somewhere up here. Remember, liking this video helps me to make more content for you if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. If you made it to the end, thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.